Listen, by now we've probably all seen it, these freedom lifestyle babes plastering our Instagram, promising us that they could make us millionaires in the next 6 months. Because they did it, and so can you. Quit your job, start a business, hit 6 figures, or my personal favorite, multiple 6 figures, and have the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. First of all, no. Second of all, not true. Listen, I've been an entrepreneur for almost 5 years now, and sure, I have the freedom and flexibility to take time off. I don't have to ask a boss. I can travel where I want. I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, and I can make my own schedule. But here's a few things. First of all, it took me a long time to be able to afford to do that. I didn't just start my business and all of a sudden have all this freedom and flexibility. And second of all, when I do take time off, I'm generally not completely off, meaning that I do have a little bit of work that I have to do here and there throughout my vacation, or I come back to work and now have double the amount of stuff to do because I have to get caught up on everything that I didn't do while I was gone. It's not all sunshine and beaches in Costa Rica like they want you to believe. But that being said, that is not why I'm here today making this video. Today, I am here to help you figure out whether you are a fraud, a fake, an imposter, if you will. Coaching is quite literally the Wild West of the online economy because literally anyone can just wake up and decide to call themselves a coach. Like you watching this video, if you haven't already, you could just decide today that you are going to be a coach. You could open LinkedIn, you could cross out whatever your current title is and decide to label yourself a coach. Then you just create your offer, find a place to sell it, and you're on your way. And you see the problem that I have with this and that I've said in many other videos is that because anyone can just call themselves a coach, we see so many people doing just that, having no experience in the thing that they're coaching other people on. And so essentially, they're just charging people money to teach them a thing that they've never actually done themselves. This is writing coaches who have never actually written a book, health coaches who have no health or medical education, life coaches whose lives are in complete shambles, or my personal favorite, business coaches who have never actually owned a business outside of coaching other coaches how to start a business coaching other coaches. And what ends up happening more often than not is that regardless of what type of coach they identify as in the beginning, they end up joining this scheme of coaches who coach other coaches because they aren't qualified or have the ability to coach anyone in anything else. And all they end up having to be skilled at is being able to sell you on the dream. So what I want to know as someone who has been involved in some capacity or aware of since about 2018, I want to know, how did we get here? And personally, I believe that the rise of popularity on apps like TikTok and Instagram are the ones to blame. Anyone who's even slightly skilled at marketing or creating video content has the potential to blow up online. And unfortunately, we tend to live in a world now where your legitimacy is based off of how many followers you have and not necessarily what your actual experience is. So say you want to advise people on how to be successful in their career path, but you've never held down a job yourself. No problem. All you have to do is start showing up on TikTok, sharing advice that speaks to people's pain points multiple times a day, and next thing you know, you're an expert. The coaching is your experience, and your clients are the proof that you're successful. The internet has basically led people to believe that if you want something and you just believe hard enough in yourself that you can make it happen, you are going to have success. As long as you are capable of convincing people to follow you, your qualifications don't matter. And I don't know how you feel about this, but to me, this is super scary. And I'm going to share with you a video right here that's going to really just demonstrate why this is so problematic.
So here's the truth of the matter. You're meant to own a multi-6-figure online business if you're seeing this right now. And the only thing stopping you is you. From doubling your income, from setting yourself financially free, it is just your mind. I want you to take 3 seconds here to envision future you. Be outrageous, be absurd. What are you wearing? What car are you driving? What does your apartment look like? What do your clients look like? Who are you helping? Envision those people praising you because you have provided so much value into their lives. I want you to step into that reality today. That is it. Claim that it's yours. Run with it. Know that it's coming. I want you to have this knowingness. It is your damn reality. Because if you're seeing this video, I can guarantee you that you are way more than capable of accomplishing it. In fact, I can promise it to you. Let me teach you how. Fall for more. And also DM on Instagram for one-on-one coaching.
Okay, so on the screen, I know you can't see it because it's blurred out. It says, you're quantum leaping into your CEO reality today. It's yours, you're rich. And the reason that I really think this is troublesome is that essentially all she's saying is that if you want, to be wealthy, to have a successful business, You just have to decide that you want it and then go for it. And this is how people get caught up in this sort of pyramid scheme trap, because they're so enticed by making that money that they'll do anything to make it happen. And they think that it's okay, if I want to make $10,000, I've convinced myself that it's okay to then teach you that I'm going to make you $10,000 by teaching you how to teach someone else to make $10,000. And again, there's no actual business. We're not actually bringing value into the world. And we're essentially just doing whatever we can in whatever way possible to make as much money as possible. Now, she also speaks a little bit about manifestation, which I'm not going to get into. I'm saving that for another video. Personally, I think manifestation is complete bullshit. I think that there are aspects of what people call manifestation that are actually just delusion and being really focused on your goals. And I think that that can really help you to achieve the things you want in life. But I don't inherently believe in manifestation as a principle itself. Again, I'm going to save that for another video, but I did just want to share this one because I think it really demonstrates the very common rhetoric we see in the online space. So if you're watching this video, maybe you are a coach, maybe you dabble in consulting, or maybe you have a friend or that girl from high school that you follow on Instagram and you want to know whether or not her business is legit. Whatever the case, here are the things you need to ask. Have you, or this person, if you're thinking about someone else, actually experienced success in the thing that you are now teaching to other people? For example, if you are self-identifying as a business coach, do you have experience running a successful business? Are you qualified to be teaching on the subject that you're teaching about? And by qualified, I mean, do you have either the professional experience or education to back up the claims that you are making and the things that you are teaching to people? We seem to live in a world now that looks down on organized systems or traditional institutions, the whole rhetoric like, forget your university degree, you don't need to graduate to be successful. So many millionaires don't graduate college. But here's the fact of the matter. Someone who has been taught by professionals, professors at university, at college, has done the work to write research papers. They've conducted research projects. They've created presentations. They've put in time and effort into learning about and becoming knowledgeable about a specific topic. And quite frankly, they are going to know more about a specific subject than someone who just read a book or two about that topic. If I spent 4 years studying a specific subject, I am going to know more than you because you just went to Chapters and you bought a single book and you read it and now you're calling yourself an expert. And the same goes for someone who has accumulated that same experience on the job. So I'm not saying you need to have a university degree to get a job and be successful in a specific subject. But if you don't have the degree, you need to have real life experience where you gathered that knowledge. I mean, I consult businesses on their marketing strategy, and I do not have a degree in marketing. I just have 5 years lived experience learning how to market a business. And sure, I could just read a book that teaches me about marketing, but I'm going to learn way more with my boots on the ground, actually doing the work. And so, yeah, if you're new here, that's exactly what I did. I didn't read a book about business and then call myself a business expert. I built an actual business from the ground up, and I learned a lot along the way. You can't just decide you want to be something, read a book about it, take an online course about it, and then all of a sudden become an expert. That's not how it works. But the problem is we live in this world where people want shortcuts. They want to know how they can get successful as quick as possible. But the reality is, unless you are one of these skeezy scammers, you have to actually be willing to work. And I think people just don't want to do that. Okay. I'm ranting a little bit. Let's get back to the questions. Let's say you are qualified, you do have the necessary experience. Now ask yourself whether or not you are actually good at that thing. Like, have you actually taken all of that knowledge, all of that experience, and successfully put it into practice? Do you have a track record of helping yourself or helping your clients move from position A to B, or are you just saying that you can help them do that? Because what I see a lot is brand new coaches with no experience saying, I can help you get from A to B, and then just hoping that someone takes the bait. And that is what perpetuates this cycle. Lastly, and most honestly, you don't have to tell me your answers, but I really want you to be honest with yourself here. Would you hire yourself? Because if deep down you recognize that you are only here in hopes that you can convince the next chump to pay you some money just so you can get rich, chances are your answer to that question is going to be no. Just because you've been able to convince people to pay you doesn't mean that they should be paying you. Again, this is the problem I have a lot with the coaching industry, is that a lot of these people are just really good salespeople but they're not actually selling a valuable product. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I've linked my coaching scam playlist right here for you to take a little binge on if you're interested. You can follow me over on Instagram and TikTok where I share actual business advice completely for free every day, and I will see you in my next video.